I know that you're quite the world traveler. You've been around quite a bit. You've even lived here in Montreal, or temporarily lived here while you recorded.
Yeah.
It's often hard when you're from a certain place to sort of know how great a city is. How would you describe Montreal compared to the rest of the world?
I love being here actually. I'm currently homeless. I just moved out of my apartment in London, so I'm living out of a suitcase, and it's on my list of places to move to potentially. But no, the people are great, very warm. The art scene is very interesting. There's always things going on. People go out. It's a beautiful city. The old town's beautiful. I like the plateau. It's a cool city. You know, the winter scares me a little bit, but if it was warm here, then everyone would want to live here, and it would be really expensive. And so I don't know. I still have to decide.
We got the best of both worlds. So.
Yeah.
You've sort of skimmed the line between like word of mouth success and being helped by some more commercial push. For example, like the Tori Amos tour. Is it sort of a big calculated maneuver, or it's kind of like whatever comes along you take, you know?
Whatever comes along, and in this day and age in the music business, you know, you need everything you need. It's hard. It's never been harder, I think. And I've been lucky. I've had, you know, some nice high-profile opening tours, which have gone great, and had some fans of big artists who have helped promote, and I've had some radio success in random countries around the world, very sort of Russia and Canada and Germany and all over, and then, you know, word of mouth happening as well. So it's interesting to watch.
It was a long time making your record coming out. I know that you had a development deal here in the States, and the executives didn't really believe in what you were doing. I would imagine that they, you know, during the time they probably tried to mold you into something else. What is it about what you're doing that sort of made you stay true to it and just keep going at it, even when people didn't believe in it?
Well, I think it's a constant journey, it's a constant evolution, making music and figuring out my sound. And when I first started and was discovered and moved to New York, I was a very standard singer-songwriter, and I started putting in these elements of the other music that I listen to, hip-hop, electro, whatever it is, just throwing lots of sounds in, which is what I always wanted to do, combine singer-songwriter with a DJ and a band. And I don't know, this has had this vision which I've been slowly realizing over the years, and yeah, I don't know, it's about the songs in the end, and I think it's turned out a lot better for me that it didn't happen in those years past, and it allowed me to really figure out how I want to sound and what I want to say. In fact, the new stuff I'm writing at the moment, I think, is a further evolution.
You obviously play the guitar in a very non-traditional way. Is a good guitar the same definition of what a good guitar would be for like another guitar player?
Well, the guitar that I use is very special. I mean, it's kind of well-known guitar among guitarists, but I don't know that a lot of people know them. But it does work specifically really well for what I do, making kick drum sounds, and my guitar's got real beat up as well. So there's parts of it that I know will make a cool record scratch, and there's parts that will make it sound like an 808 snare, and so it's quite a unique instrument, and it takes me a couple of days with an instrument to figure out where I can get certain sounds.
Do you need to sort of beat it into shape?
In a way, yeah. Definitely a clean guitar I'm going to have a bit more limitations with, but, you know, give me a few hours, I'll figure it out.
Do you ever get the urge to try doing the same thing, like finding new sounds from an instrument from a different instrument than the guitar? I know you play more than the guitar, right?
Well, I think what I'd like to get into doing is writing on different instruments, because I think that is very liberating creatively, because you tend to get stuck into patterns of playing, and this record actually was a big result of me starting to make beats on the guitar and sing to them. So it was almost like working to a sampler, but it was more organic because I was playing it live, so the songs are rhythmic. So if I had to get on a piano now and write, it would be I think, quite a liberating thing. And even though I'm not the world's best piano player, I think something interesting would happen. And even I've started playing the guitar left-handed.
Right.
just for writing, just to see what happens, because you can only play very simple things and then you have some different ideas.
Again, on your MySpace, you have a Canadian band, Montreal band, Doba Caracal, in your top 15. Do you have any other Montreal artists that you discovered on your trips here?
Well, Doba, I opened for them. It was one of the very first shows I played in Montreal, and actually in this run of shows I'm doing now, I have the singer is opening for me, and I mean, Arcade Fire is one of my favorite bands of the last couple of years. I love both their records. That'd be the big one. I know there's a lot of really cool indie bands that I hear and I check out, but particularly Arcade Fire I think is timeless, and I'm fussy. I hardly ever say that about anyone.
Very good. You have the stamp of approval.
Good.
Well, thank you very much for the sit down.
Oh, my pleasure.